Hello everyone and welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2. I have loaded up the job that we selected last time, which is the boric acid to London. Now it's not going to take us 59 kilometers. The reason it currently says that is because we have got 1 hour and 46 until we need to rest. So we are going to be taking a rest in just under an hour, and at that point we will then sleep and we can finish the job. Now the reason for that is two things. I thought we could maybe make it to the ferry on time, and then use that to rest. It's not a ferry, it's the tunnel, and the tunnel doesn't count as a rest for some reason. The other thing is, even if it did count as a rest, it's 3.5 hours away and we've got just under 2 hours until we need to rest, so I don't have much options, much choice. One of those. Now, as I said in the previous episode, this is back-to-back recording with the other one, just so I can make sure I've got things ready and stacked up and good to go, because of me being away for part of the week. Now hopefully, because of this being a short job, I am not going to end up running out of things to say. I will probably waffle, but that's because I waffle on every video. I'm yet to find a Feldbinder trailer. It's because of the type of jobs we're taking, I think, because I did get the Feldbinder package. It was on sale. ETS2 DLC is usually... ETS2 DLC is not usually on sale for much discount, but the Feldbinder I think was on 50% discount, so I said why not? But yeah, I'm not picking any jobs at the moment that have got Feldbinder trailer available. I think that's because they're liquid trailers. I did look when I was selecting this job as to whether we could, you know, when you get to the depot and you choose the trailer, I looked to see if I could find a trailer and I couldn't. I need to do something about the Carry trailers because they've got so many skin packs that my trailer list is now out of control. So trying to find like a chrome one, for example, is so difficult because it's all the Carry showing up. Okay, now I think this might be the end of the toll road that we started from, because we had the start of the toll road, please keep your ticket, near to the end of the last delivery, but we never went through the end of the toll road. I'm wondering if this is a fast lane I can use. I think it might be. But we'll find out very quickly. Fee will be paid at the end, so it is a fast road, good. So yeah, we never got to the end of the toll road. We just had a start, and now another start. Right, we should be in this lane. Whoa, 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 bus. I did not see you, and there's a truck there as well. Truck is in American truck, not what I'm driving. Well, I can see our turn-off point just up ahead. It's quite a large service, actually. It's more like a real service station. Which is quite nice to see, because I do find service stations to be a little bit ridiculous in their design in ETS2. They tend to just be a petrol station on the side of the road. And I'm yet to find a motorway that has something like that in Germany or in the UK. Maybe they exist, but I haven't found one. And maybe in France they exist. But it's nice to see a real service station. That is something I'd like ETS2 to do, to be honest. Just design a couple of service stations. You only need 2 or 3. You've got one here from as part of the France DLC, obviously. And then just plonk them in replace some of the existing service stations, some of the existing petrol stations with that. I think that would be quite good. Right, so we are coming off here by the looks of it. Now I'm struggling a little bit to work out where we should go. I think we need to turn in here. Okay. So this is trucks. Trucks go through here. Oops, didn't need the indicator then. So yeah, trucks through here. Okay. And where are we going? Oh, we're going around here to rest. Okay. Hopefully the GPS updates. Yeah, it does. It's updated and worked out where we need to go. Fantastic. I will obviously have to delete that waypoint. Parking. There's a parking spot here as well. There's that one, so we'll just head this way. It's the way the sat-nav wants us to go anyway. Please be a spot. Oh, good. I thought there were no spots then. So, let's get ourselves in. Without hitting the other trailer, of course. There we go. So, turn those lights off. And stop the engine and sleep. 1918, and our driver has just brought in some income, plus we have made our loan payments. Oh, they brought in 2 lots of income. And leveled up. Fantastic. So they should have an additional ADR level now. And then we've made the loan installment after that. Okay. So if we head to the driver manager, we should see Carla is now resting in Groningen. He's got a new ADR level. Very good. Very good. She's doing a lot of toy deliveries, which is strange considering we're boosting her ADR. But okay, whatever. The rating is 2.5, which is quite high, I have to say. Now, we do now need to get cracking, but I think nothing eventful is going to happen in this episode again, so I'm going to take a screenshot quickly before. Alright, so, engine on. Lights on, of course. Parking brake off. And before we do that, I need to delete this. There we go. So now he knows exactly where we want to go. I am not sure how far to the channel because I didn't put an additional tag on. But I'm not too worried about that. We just get the job done. It's 18 minutes real time, but that includes the distance that we're going to go through the tunnel, so it's actually going to be less than 18 minutes. Right, we are going around here and coming off at this one. We will be back onto the motorway in no time. Oh no, I'm going to be driving with UK drivers again. Last time they were terrible. The AI in the UK was just shocking. It doesn't mean it's anything to do with SCS. It could just be that they wanted the UK traffic to drive awfully. Or it could be that for some reason the AI in the UK is just misbehaving. It could be anything. I'm not blaming DB's mod or anything. DB's mod is fantastic. Right, you are going to have to let me out. I'm accelerating at top speed. What is this truckload? 16 tons, so it's the same as last time. I would like to overtake. There we go. Because this motorhome is moving way too slowly for my liking. Goodbye. When can we get in? Not yet. Start to indicate that. So that he's aware. And now we're in. Right, and now I'm going to go for a little bit of outside driving while it's still dusk. Of course, once it gets too dark, it's going to be boring to look outside, so we'll do this now until it starts getting dark. See the sights. It's nice sometimes to go through the country roads so that you can do some real exploring. Also, the idea that was suggested about using Steam achievements, I still would like to do that, but I think before we do that I need to get to the point where the income from the driver, or drivers hopefully, is pretty much covering the loan. And then that gives me 100% freedom to do whatever I want. I don't have to be concerned at all about taking jobs that make a particular amount of money. My goodness, that felt horrific when you do it from this view. Yeah, we can get to that point where we're definitely covering all of our expenses with our drivers, and we can just kind of pick random jobs to go to particular places. I can route to avoid motorways and things like that. That'll be quite nice. But we're not there yet. However, with our driver currently making us a decent amount of money per day, we are getting there. She's currently on 756 euros a day is what she's making. Which is pretty decent money, considering we're only making, I think, 1,200 a day. So she is doing well. Now we're turning off, so I'm not going to make the same mistake I did last time, where I tried to overtake and found I couldn't, so I just caused a real mess. We are heading down to the next one. Coming off here. And it looks like there's no one next to me. But it feels so bad when you're in the top view. Obviously, because the moment arm between the wheels and the top of the cab, where the camera is situated right now, that moment arm is much higher. When you're in the truck, you're about half that distance. There we go, Tunnel sous la Manche. Once again, we're seeing it. Alright, now little truck. Use that engine power you've got. I know you can do it. Of course, once we're covering our expenses with drivers as well, the other thing is we'll be free to pick our own jobs, but also free to spend the money on stuff. So we can give the drivers better trucks. We can give ourselves a better truck. We can open new garages and hire even more drivers. This is episode 22. It took us until episode 20. No, this is 23, I think. It took us until episode 20 or 21 to get the money to do the upgrades and have ourselves a driver. Now that we've done that, I think, because we don't need to do a second garage upgrade, I think it's going to be quicker to get to the next point, which is another truck and another driver. That point will be much, much quicker. We're going to get paid another 2,669 for this. The driver is earning money as well. We might be able to get another job done during the night before we pay loan, before we make loan payments. Obviously that'll be next episode. So we are definitely making more than we're spending. And that puts us in the great position of being able to either pay off the loans or invest in another driver. I think we should invest, but please let me know what you think if you haven't already. I think investing in another driver to get additional money would just be the most sensible option. And then as soon as we've got the 2 drivers, then we start working on getting those loans paid off. There's a toll up here, that's why everyone's slowing. We work on getting the loans paid off and also getting ourselves some upgrades and things like that. Hey. I felt like I was sort of sleeping then. Total of 72 paid. I had my foot on the brake, but it felt like, because I was managing to speed match the car in front properly, I felt like I was on rails. Right, now is there someone going to try and pull in next to me? Looks like I'm good. We can get rid of these because they're not useful anymore. And we're almost at the tunnel. This job is actually going to be nice and short, which is good because we've had so many long episodes recently, and the long episodes they're fine. I don't mind recording them, I have no problem, but they take longer to render. I have to compress my videos for ETS2 because they're just too big, and if I compress them I save a lot of time in the upload stage. But then even processing to HD on a 50-minute video, it's 120 minutes to process it to HD, and I tend, not always, but I usually don't release a video until the HD version has actually been completed, because otherwise you guys just watch it in SD. So if you want to watch it in 1080, you have to wait for the HD version to be processed. So that's why I try not to release it until that's done. So, tunnel sous la Manche. C'est là. À droite. À droite. Droite. Not droite. What am I talking about? Should we do the rest of this in French if I can? Just this until we get to the UK. Alors. À gauche. C'est bien. À droite. À droite. Ici. C'est 30. C'est pas la véhicule. C'est l'auto. I don't know the word for truck in French, so I can't do that. Non. Je suis très rapide. Ah, ça c'est bien. La tunnel sous la Manche. Alors, Calais, Folkestone. Now we can stop with the silly accent that I'm doing. I'm not just speaking French, I'm doing a ridiculous accent at the same time, so we'll stop that. Right. Now that we're in the UK, I've got no reason to speak French anyway, so that's good. Let's now crack on. We've got 150 kilometers to London, 7 real-time minutes. So yeah, good video length. Again, I was very happy with the video length last time, and I think I'm going to be very happy this time. So, oh, and the rain has stopped. Fantastic. The rain outside, in the real life. That's great news. It means I can actually get some stuff done out there. Maybe. We'll have to see. And here we go. Of course, Euro Truck Simulator 2, the one thing it hasn't taken into account of is Brexit. There should be a queue for me to go through customs for about 6 hours there, I think. Probably on the French side. That would be funny if someone made a Brexit mod and we all had to sit there at customs for hours and hours when we went to the UK. Because you do have the customs checks when you do the what is it? The UK, not UK, bleh, Eastern European countries, the ones that are in the EEC or not in the EU at all. So I'm doing a job to St. Petersburg, I think I mentioned it before, on my main profile on Steam Deck, and that has got, I've had to go through so many customs checks for that. It's quite crazy how many there were. And it's all the Eastern European countries. Ones that are either not part of the EU or are part of the EEC, but they still seem to demand checks. I'm not quite sure how it works, really. And I'm also pretty shoddy with Eastern European countries in terms of whether they're part of the EU or not. I'm not very good at knowing that. I am definitely a Western Europe-centric person. Which kind of makes sense, given that I grew up in the UK and now live in Germany. Why would I be worried about what's happening in Eastern Europe? I should know it, but I don't. Right, we're not going to do 97, because the last few jobs I've done, I've ended up with race stats. And I would like this one to be real, if I can. And if I do 97 with no retarder, what's going to happen is I'm going to blast over the 100km/h mark, and then it will become a race stat. By the way, big shout out to Martin Smith and Mad Mike, who have been just flying through jobs in Truckee. Martin's made 80,000 in just a few days. Yeah, very impressive. I'm going to have to buy him a truck, I think, so we can pay less rent and he can make even more money. But he's really smashing through it. Sorry, dude. So yeah, well done, guys. You're keeping that little empire going. So I'll just switch the high beams on, because it's a little dark. I'm surprised we don't have motorway all the way to London. But up ahead looks, on the map, looks like it could be a left turn onto a motorway. But I'm not sure. I think it's actually not. I think we're going to stick to A roads or B roads the whole way. We're not far though. Oh no, it is a motorway. It just it hadn't rendered the rest of the motorway into the... Oops, turn those off. Don't want to blind anyone. So, almost there. I think let's stop accelerating now. We are turning left towards London on the A2. So slow ourselves down. I went silent because I was focusing. I was focusing on making sure I didn't clip the trailer. Thank you, car. Very nice of you. Get that indicator off now. And now we can rock and roll. We'll stick with the 91 that I think we've already got programmed into the cruise control. 91 is a safe bet, I think. Gives me the possibility of going over the 100km mark, but much less likely than if I was to put 97 into the cruise control. How are we doing on rest time? 8 hours 24, so we've got enough time to do another job from London, I think. Especially because, unless we stay in the UK, our job in London is probably going to be back towards Europe via ferry. They might try and get us to take the tunnel again, but it depends on the type of job that we take. If we take a job that's to Northern Europe, is most likely going to tell us to go via ferry, I think. Can we overtake? Because these guys are slow. Oh, it looks like they're all turning left, that's why. Not sure where they're turning left to. Oh, there's a left turn by there. It just doesn't show up on the map for some reason. I want to move in, car. Oh, you're going to let me. You decided to move in as soon as I moved in. That's really helpful. And now the M2. The speed cameras, but we're nowhere near the speed limit, so it's fine. Yeah, I don't care about your speed camera. This is really good timing again. I'm quite shocked at how well we're doing. Right, now I can see something up ahead that's telling me I need to move across to the right. I think this is one of these times where I need to move across to the third lane, because we had this when we were in the UK last time, and I had this horrible diversion because the sat-nav hadn't told me I needed to move across 3 lanes. I thought I only needed to move across 1. No, to the second lane. But we'll stay here, despite the fact that we're now blocking traffic. Yeah, see now it looks like we're actually fine. We could have been in the middle lane. I will move across, so I can free up the fast lane, as it's called. I'll move across here. I see no reason why I can't be in this lane, apart from that. Yeah, didn't realise that was going to happen. So, 29 kilometres, we are now slowing down by the looks of it. Yes, because we're entering London, so we're slowing right down. And we'll just leave the cruise control on the 48. Despite the fact that my sat-nav is still saying 97, now he's gone to 48. He did go to 48 before, and then he jumped back up. But we are now going to discover London. Amazingly, we've done this many episodes without discovering London. I think, have we discovered other capitals? We haven't discovered Paris. Have we discovered Berlin? I think we have. We'll check at the end of this episode. And where is my driver? I haven't seen any income coming in for a little while. I hope they're driving and not resting again. I haven't given them long distance because I want them to focus on ADR for now. The reason being, long distance means, yes, they make more money, but they're out of action for a while. So I don't really want that. I will do fragile, I think, and high value. To start with, we're working on ADR for them. Or her, there's only one at the moment. Right, is there anyone coming? Because you guys just seem to be stopping at the line, despite, it says stop, but you can keep going if you can see that it's free. You don't have to stop completely. Fools. Yeah, I'm not concerned about your speed cameras. It's so far under the speed limit. And there is London up ahead. So like I said, we're going to be able to get a new job done in the night, I think, next time. Which will mean that we can make plenty of money before the loan payments come in. think when we drop off this job, we're actually going to do a bit of exploring, because it seems like there's quite a few things to find in London. And as the episode is a decent length, we've got a couple of minutes to go and do some searching. In fact, let's see. Is our route already taking us around? So we're going to go past that one. And if we go... No. I want you to do there, yes. And then there? Oh, really? That seems ridiculous. Okay. We might discover that one at the same time. We'll find out. If not, we'll maybe do that one next episode. Because we're on 31 minutes at the moment. Minus about a minute for a screenshot. We're looking good on time. So we are heading left up here. Which, is this a roundabout? It is a roundabout. There's a lot of roundabouts here. And there's the fuzz. So, recruitment agency is the first one to be discovered. And the next one is then a garage. But will we be close enough to discover it? Yes, we will. So it's a Volvo dealership. So we have managed to discover them both without any detours. That's good. And our delivery is just up ahead. Take this left, and then it's the first right by the looks of it. Please stay green. Yeah, this right here. Which means I need to let these guys through. Fantastic! That's another uneventful drive. No fines. We did have that terrible bit of driving. Was that this episode or last episode? I don't remember. This is the problem when you do back to back. I don't remember if that bad bit of driving was in this one or the last one, where I drove into the sign instead of driving into the back of the vehicle. I think it was last episode. Yeah, it was. I'm certain. I'm certain. I'm sure. Come on, it must have been last episode. Because it was nighttime drive, and we haven't done as much nighttime driving this time. We've done a bit of daytime driving, and then some nighttime as well. Focusing on my mirrors. Trying to talk at the same time, but I'm so focused on the mirrors, it becomes quite difficult. Right. Unload. Very nice. So another bit of XP, some more money. And how are we doing now? So 12,000. Almost got enough to pay off one of these loans if we want to, but we're not going to. Our driver is where? Our driver is on duty, stop to rest. Where are you? Why are you not showing me where she is? I know why. Because I have to click me. And then I see where she is. She's currently near Bremen, heading from Groningen to Hamburg. Yes. With DB Thrustmaster steering wheels yet again. She really needs to find a new job. Maybe now she's got some ADRs, she'll start to find some. But average profit per day, 756. Ours is 1837. So she's about a bit more than a third of our income. But that's fine, because we've got different skills. We're getting long distance, fragile, or high value, fragile. She's only got ADR at the moment. So we're working on it. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.